should be cleaning my mansion. My peasants disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to dustin'? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Those on these white paint on my toes. When I see that new bay alert, gonna be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose to. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no, no?
I never kicked anybody, but I got something to do with it. I got the streets on my back.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the Baltimore Ravens and their dynamic rookie quarterback Lamar Jackson take on Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to uptown Charlotte and rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. A short time ago, a scene that never fails to stir up the folks here in Charlotte. Cam Newton strutting his way onto the field. His guys are fired up as they get set to go toe-to-toe with the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Travaris Cadet, his first carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And the offensive starters for the Panthers.
And it was too bad that last season for Greg Olsen, their tight end, that a foot injury plagued him and limited him to 7 games played, broke his streak of 1,000-yard seasons, but he'll get back in form. One of the best route runners in the league, a combination of strength, guile, smarts, and a little dash of speed.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
And it'll be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
They'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. On the ground with their leading rusher from a season ago, it's Alex Collins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On second down, here's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Holding offense.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Second down, Jackson. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Here we go now.
They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
Offense.
That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Marshall Yanda. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. That would give to Collins. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
And that means Julius Peppers takes the field at defensive end. How about this? 38 years old, he turned in January. But he's the 4th all-time sack leader of active players. Had 11 sacks in 2017. Expect more of the same in 2018 with the Carolina Panthers. Defensive end, outside linebacker, it doesn't matter. Julius Peppers gets to the quarterback.
Play action. It's Jackson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go. Green 39.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
False start. Offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again. 1st and goal. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Here we go now.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
False start. Offense.
So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Now, this is a crew that come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give him a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Defensively, here are the starters for Baltimore. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. Extra point try, good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming back out to take the field, Mark Andrews and company, sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make them uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Now let's go.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
But we just saw him run the football really effectively there with 3 tight ends in the game. And any defensive coordinator, when they see that set, if they can get more bodies out onto the field, not more than 11, of course, but bigger bodies to combat what they're going to do, because that's a run-heavy formation. Those guys are out there to block 9 times out of 10. And in this case, they did it really successfully.
He's going to loft one deep left side. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. A second nice move. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Right back to him on first down. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now. Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those, like, mats or pits like you have for high jumpers, and you know you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
you just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains your
concrete.
Toughness. That explains your toughness right there, because I think that guy was raised just like you. What a catch.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out. Out of the gun, Newton. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
A give. This is Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. Crabtree, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Room here to run. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Tucker now for the extra point. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Set. 180.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Set. 180.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. There he goes inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating. Led NFL quarterbacks in rushing last year. He is truly the ultimate weapon at that position.
Here we go. Set. 180. Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Set. 180.
And the inaugural carry here for Fozzie Whitaker. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Set. 180.
Newton on 1st down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Cadet, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The second quarter score from Cincinnati, and the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And it's second down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, there's what we call an even front or an odd front. And an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a four-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Mario Addison in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Jackson to throw on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more on that one and another first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Set. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Second and goal from the 1.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
Fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
The Ravens on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try and run for it with Collins. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Getting set to go again here. Cam Newton marches back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
On first down, Newton. And his pass incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Newton over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. From the 50, Newton. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue line it.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. Knocking it away in coverage, Captain Mutterly.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. He'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Ravens on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 11.
Now let's go. Blue line it.
Jackson will throw again. And he's got Snead. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will get the lead up to 14. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here we go now.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Jackson on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now Montgomery. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run with Allen. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Allen, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And oh, it's blocked. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Newton now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Here's the run with Cadet. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Throwing is Newton, and they've got the hook up. This is Olsen, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton got his target, Samuel. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down. After the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They fake the give. Newton. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Newton throwing again. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? Because that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Now Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the ground with Cadet. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go. And
they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Willie Henry able to drop him for a loss of 4.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Newton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just Willie Snead all alone. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the
penalty is
points, so
declined.
they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me. The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a first down throw for Newton. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
4 down. Set. 180.
2nd and 10. Newton again. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Yes, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
Set. 180. Get hot.
Again, Newton. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Cadet will run it. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it.
And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. In for the score. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
Gano the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Set.
On 2nd down, Collins. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Now Newton. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And a loose football. And the Ravens have got it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Here's Collins. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Now we're going to get a halt in the action because Ty Montgomery is shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done, 8 for 9 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Collins. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Allen, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They stay on the ground with Allen. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 more yards there and another first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Being chased out left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Second and 6, just inside the 30. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
Coming back out to take the field, Mark Andrews and company. And look at the numbers. They have gotten him more involved. I guess the question now, Charles, defensively, how do you make him less involved?
That's always a key question, isn't it? Sometimes other guys are starting to play really well and you shift your attention to them. You got to make sure you got full focus on him because he's so good that if you don't, he finds a way to make plays. always have two guys in his vicinity, usually trying to bump him off the line of scrimmage and get him out of his route.
Tackle made there by Mike Adams, a strong safety.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Now let's go.
Now it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. And an alley to run. Escaping the pressure right. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 to first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0. In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Newton finding Funchess for the Panther first down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Extra point try, good by Gano. And the lead now down to 20. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, Going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. On third down, that's Allen. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game, but these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Ravens, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Go